Welcome to Balor Otherworld. We're here in the Kingdom, County Kerry, at a place called Killorglin, bringing you the stories of Puck Fair. What is Puck Fair? It is this ancient pagan festival which has ran for 3 days for millennia. Every year it is linked to Lunasa and very much a part of the culture and the heartbeat of this town. Very unfortunately, the last 2 years with coronavirus, it has been cancelled, but what better thing could Balor and his team do than come down here and bring it to you to keep it in our minds, so when we get through this time, we're able to come back and celebrate these things once more. We're going to talk about the mythology of it, the mysterious origins, and different proposed ideas of how Puck became the king of the fair. We're going to show you the town and the beautiful places you can visit while you're here. So what are we waiting for, guys? Let's go! Puck Fair is one of the oldest festivals, if not the oldest festival in all of Ireland. It has pagan roots and most famously linked to the god Pan of Celtic mythology. King Puck is elected every year. He is a wild goat selected from the McGillycuddy Reeks by a group of locals. And when he is brought to the village, he is held up and adored by the population. He is anointed by the Queen of Puck, and this is a young lady from the village. It's an amazing experience. The town is filled with over 80,000 people every year. There are three widely held beliefs about how Puck Fair got its name. And the oldest of these is linked to the god Pan, the god of nature. He is linked to Greek, Celtic and Irish mythologies, but he is well known as a trickster god. Some people have misremembered him or mischaracterized him as a devil character, based on his appearance with a human body and goat legs. He is someone who enjoys to drink and host festivities, and so what better place could you have to celebrate him than in the kingdom itself? And Puck Fair actually keeps the pubs open for an extra hour during the fair for the 3 days. It is a wonderful marker and commemoration to one of the lesser known or more low-key gods of the world. And he certainly deserves our respect. He is a very powerful creature and has had a lot of difficulties with the women because he has been known for how hideous his appearance is and for having an absolutely horrendous grating voice. This has been made up by his enormous strength and magical abilities, but also because of his beautiful music. He loves to compose and play music and is an incredibly talented musician. What better character could you have to celebrate something as wild and free, liberating as Puck Fair? Now, let's get on to the other two. We're now at the edge of Killorglin town, at the metal bridge, and bringing you another story of the believed origins of Puck Fair. This one deals with the McGillycuddy Reeks and Oliver Cromwell's army, as the Roundheads were attacking the local areas, the regions around here. They were actually herding a number of goats around the McGillycuddy Reeks at the base of the mountains behind me here. And when the goats were being moved along into the mountains, one of them escaped. He jumped free and he leaped down and ran towards Killorglin. He ran miles and miles, almost collapsing from exhaustion. He finally made it to the town, absolutely drained, and his presence warned the people that there was danger outside, that they needed to get ready and prepare themselves for battle, and if they couldn't fight, they needed to keep themselves safe by retreating to safer zones, which is exactly what they did. And to honour this goat for his marvellous sacrifice, they elected him the king of the village, King Puck, and as they claim today, the only king of Ireland. The third and final story behind Puck Fair comes from 1808, when an unknown barrister named Daniel O'Connell was called upon. Killorglin had been a toll fair, and the Viceroy or Lord Lieutenant
made it unlawful to levy tolls in cattle, horse, or sheep in fairs. Some believe that this was done to spite a local landlord named Mr. Harmon Blennerhassett, who fell from grace with the authorities at Dublin Castle. Blennerhassett enlisted Daniel O'Connell to argue for him. His argument was that goats are not covered by the document. And so, on August 10th, 1808, the fair advertised at Killorglin was for goats to be raised on the stage, and it was made a goat fair from then until now.
Now, Balor's been down in the kingdom, and I couldn't miss this opportunity to meet the reigning ruler of Killorglin, the man of Kerry himself, King Puck. How are you doing, King? I am so honoured to have met you for the finally, I'm sorry, I'm garbling my words here. I'm just enamoured. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me. I was going to ask you very much, how do you feel about having to hold the responsibility of King of Puck? Is it getting too much for you? How heavy does the burden of the crown wear on you? A goat. Yes, of course, I apologise. I'll keep my questions more direct, and apologies, I did not mean to stare at you in the eye. Of course, everybody knows it is very dangerous, only for very special men to be the ones who stare at goats, and I realise I am not qualified. I apologise. King Puck, my apologies. Can we see Puck Fair reopen next year? And more importantly, can we get those hours back with the pubs? And even more importantly, could we see the pubs open to 3 AM permanently to make up for the time lost in 2020 and 2021? Yes. Well, I'm sure if you dictated, the Taoiseach would have to agree. Yes, of course. Thank you so much. Yes, I understand, of course. I apologise once more, and hopefully we get to see you again next year. Thank you very much. I believe I have overstayed my welcome, and it is best to make a hasty retreat because I have displeased the proud king. Now, Puck Fair happens over 3 days. You have first the gathering, in which the throne is bestowed upon the goat, and they have a horse fair. On the second day, it's called the fair day, and that is when they have a cattle fair. And on the third day is the scattering, and that of course is the final day. But each day is filled with activities which are fantastic, and we recommend everybody to come and visit this part of the world, especially if you can get here for Puck Fair. I am exhausted from an exciting day, and it has been an amazing experience to be here. We have learned everything about Killorglin and its ancient past, but one of the most interesting things is how this pagan ritual has transitioned to celebrating the goat, because in pagan times it was a fertility symbol, and so a goat was actually sacrificed as part of the fair. Thankfully, we've moved on and we are able to celebrate the animal for all that they are. Thank you very much to Killorglin. Thank you very much to County Kerry. It has been a marvellous experience, as always, and we look forward to filming much more here and to working with more of the people. We want to say a special thanks to the restaurant for allowing us to film here, and we again have so much more to share about the kingdom. Now, one secret in Killorglin, this is the Bridge of Secrets. What the locals know is every secret that you whisper can be heard. It's taken by the wind and swept along, and anyone you're telling a secret about can hear it. This is very dangerous, and of course all of the locals know it, which is why they use it as their bridge of silence. And there is not a single sound made as people cross this bridge for fear that their secrets be revealed. There is a claim that it's the only king in Ireland here, King Puck. I'm sorry, but King Puck might be a magnificent god, but there is one more, and his name is Balor, and he has a king on his island Tory in Donegal. Tory Island, Donegal. They have their own king of the island. Check it out.